So, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another album review. So, this time we're going to review the sixth studio album by rapper slash punk rock artist, or pop punk artist, you want to call it that. If you heard noise in the background, it's my fan blowing in the air. So, the album we're going to review is Mainstream Sellout by one and only MGK. So let's just fix the lighting here. I know the lighting's kind of dark. It is nighttime here in Sacramento, California. So it's been nearly 2 years. We got the last album called Tickets to My Downfall by Machine Gun Kelly, which I really dig that album. Don't get me wrong. I really like their album. I know some people are going to be very biased in this review. I know some people may hate the review and also hate the album that came out today, unfortunately. So I'm going to give my takes on it, what I think, what's my favorite songs on the record, what's my least favorite songs on the record. We're going to go from track 1, or what's this name of the track listings first? I wrote it down because I don't have to think about it and make the video too long and boring. So let's start, okay, we got Born with Horn, God Save Me, Maybe, Drug Dealer, Wall of Fame, Mainstream Sellout, Makeup Sex, Emo Girl, 5150, Paper Cuts, World War 4, Fake Love Don't Last, Die in California, Sid and Nancy, and Twin Flame as the final track. The only songs I can remember that was supposed to be added for this record, but it was released as singles a year ago, called Daywalker, featuring Corpse, and Love Race with Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens. Unfortunately, those two songs were not featured on this record, unfortunately. Kind of completely... I was like, what? Why those two songs didn't... Okay, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to put it on the record. Maybe... Who knows, right? So I was really hoping maybe those two songs will be featured on the record, but unfortunately, we didn't get 18 tracks. We only got 16 in total. Which... We're going to go by one, and what I think about each individual songs. I'll try to be quick as possible. So let's start with this one, Born with Horns. The funny thing with this, for the first track, is basically was supposed to be the album title with the same name, Born with Horns, but he changed it to be Mainstream Sellout because of the backlash he had. We know from the 2020 album, Tickets to My Downfall, some people are classifying him as a poser in the scene, and should be in rock, and we'll get to that in a second, but for now, we're going to talk about this first track, which would have been the album title, but he changed it at the last second, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so, Born with Horns, I thought it was an okay track. I'm not going to say it's, pristine and bad. I'm just thinking it's just average in my opinion. So, and we got the second track in the album called God Save Me, which I thought was really decent enough to be more good. It is so average in my opinion. I thought it's a really good track. Don't get me wrong, it's real good. And we got Maybe, which is one of my favorite tracks. This is the song I listen to non-stop. This one is featured Oliver Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon, which I do love Bring Me the Horizon. With them doing a collab when the song, I thought it was really good. Which I know some people are going to say, yeah. I love the song. I'm not going to say it's a bad song. It's a really good song in my opinion. And we got track 4, Drug Dealer featuring Lil Wayne, which I thought the song was okay. I'm not going to say it's way up there, and I think it's just average at best. That's in my opinion. It's just average at best. And we got a prelude track, which is called Wall of Fame. Which, Wall of Fame, it's basically, it is a prelude. It's not a long track. It's like maybe a 30-second track or so. It's basically, I don't know, something special about this track. It's just basically about talking about being in the Wall of Fame in LA. Which I'm pretty sure that's what I got out of the song. So, there you go, I guess. So, and after that, it's basically called Mainstream Sellout, the title track of the album. And the song is basically saying about people dislike him because he's a poser and he's a, I don't know. This is basically like a fuck you track to the people that basically telling him off and telling him he's this, he's that. It's pretty much what the song, in my opinion, is. It's basically F you and F you this, F that, right? That's what I think I got out of this song. It's basically telling everyone to fuck off, pretty much. Pretty much, you don't like it, you don't have to buy my stuff, you don't have to buy my merch, don't buy my albums. Or don't even go to my shows. That's pretty much what the song I got out of it is. Pretty much the same what I just said, basically. It's basically what it is. And what's in the next track after that, track 7, is one of the weirdest songs. I think it's one of my least favorites. Anyway, it's called Makeup Sex featuring Black Bear. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that one. That's the song titled Makeup Sex. I think, oh, what the hell? That's why I was confused at first when I listened. I listened to it the second time. I was like, yeah, I think it's my least favorite. It's just, to be honest, it's my least favorite track. I'm not saying it's, God's tier or anything like that. Or it's just my least favorite of the album. So after that, we got Emo Girl, which I listened to it the first time. I gotta say a few things about this track, to be honest, because when he basically mentioned about when you listen to the first line, he said black boots and cigarette perfume, which I think, depending on what type of style and the genre we're talking about here. You're talking about the hardcore scene, maybe you may see emo kids like, wearing black boots and stuff like that. But if you're talking about a traditional style, a traditional style is basically the people that are in traditional lifestyle, like, basics, the emo clothes, like the common clothes you see, and the emo subculture, obviously. Like Vans, Converses, you name it, or even ripped jeans at times. What we're talking about is basically the boots and the perfume. But I can say maybe in the hardcore scene, you may see that, but in the traditional side of things, probably not so much. But I'm not saying it's there, but it's very uncommon, in my opinion. And we got 5150. I thought it was an okay track. I'm not gonna say it's no good. It's just average, in my opinion. There's nothing special about 5150. It's basically, I don't know. It's just, this is one of my average or least favorite track on the album. And then we got Paper Cuts. I thought Paper Cuts was really, it's good. But it has its moments with heavy and versus alternative rock kind of sound. I thought it was really good, in my opinion. But there's some things I know it's called maybe. It's like it wants to get up here, but it's kind of like going down. Just not very much, but just a little tad bit. Which I thought was a good track, in my opinion, but not way up here. But it's like around right here, about in the, like a beat, like above average, in my opinion. And next we got World War IV, which is my least favorite track. I know the last album we got with World War III was featured on Take Us to My Downfall, but I don't know why we need a fourth one. I don't get it. I was confused why we need World War III. We got World War III for Take Us to My Downfall, and why we need World War IV. Is there more to the other song we don't know about? Maybe he wants to continue that with World War IV? I have no idea. I just think it's my least favorite on the album, just to be honest. And we got this track called I, featuring Lil Wayne again, which I thought it's a good track. I just think in my opinion, it's just average. This is average in my opinion. Sure, there's some moments in it. It's kind of catchy here and there, but I just think it does have electronic, because he has some rapping elements to it, but not a lot of it. But there is some beat to it. I think I do like, but I think it's just around in the average category. Then we got Fake Love Don't Last. Fake Love Don't Last, I thought it was decent. And I think there is some moments on it I like. There's some moments I think I kind of slip away a little bit. I guess it's not too much memorable. It's just, I think it's just the song I'll probably never come back to on a daily basis. Unless I'm listening to the album in full, then sure. But I think it's just one of my songs. It's one of the songs that's going to be like average at best, pretty much. Then we got Die in California, is basically one of the average tracks on the album. There's some of the tracks on this album that there is going to be some averages or some goods. I'm not saying that the album's going to be bad or anything like that. It's just there's some songs I thought were going to be a little bit better, but it is what it is, basically. But Die in California is like okay in the category. Then we got Sid and Nancy. I thought it was good, but it's at the end of the song, it's like they're getting two gunshots to, I don't know, it's each individual person. They're talking about Sid and Nancy. I have no idea on that one. Which I thought it was like, at first I was digging in until you get to the end. It's like there's two gunshots. Maybe they killed themselves or something. Or unless he got shot by individual bullets. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Just very much. So I was like, oh, okay. I would say it's more in the average caliber. And then we got more in the outro track, or known as called Twin Flame. I think Twin Flame is really decent. It starts very slow, and it picks up at the end where the heavy chords, right? Drums, guitars. It's like it has to probably be a better way to end the album, in my opinion. I thought it was above average, because it starts slow, and it builds it back up in the end. Pretty much, it's like we're going to end the album as heavy as we can, basically. So they did deliver on that part, right, basically. So what do I think as the album as a whole? So I think the album is good. There is some moments on there. I think, like I mentioned, it's pretty much like there's some least favorites, or some averages, or a couple goods. But in this as a whole, is basically it has its moments, basically. I think, like I said, there's some good, there's bad, there's like a meh, pretty much. But overall, I think the album is decent enough to get an approval rating, in my opinion, as for a 7.5 out of 10. Not terrible, it's just average at best, for my opinion. It's 7.5 out of 10. I was going to give it at least an 8 or 8.5 out of 10, but I decided, as more I listen maybe 2 or 3 times, so I'm going to give at least this 7.5 out of 10, in my personal opinion. So, comment down below and let me know what do you guys think on Mainstream Sellout by Machine Gun Kelly. Let me down in the comments down below. Do you agree with my points, or you disagree with this review? I'd love to know down in the comments. I'll at least make your own review video on this album, and I will try to watch it, or you can link it down in the description. So anyway, thanks for watching. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and also I'll see you next time here at Reviews/Reactions channel. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.